You feel it, don't you? That subtle hum of unease that vibrates deep within your bones when the world, with its relentless, often superficial demands, insists that you perform, to be constantly on, to broadcast your every fleeting thought, even those barely formed. That quiet, persistent yearning for profound depth, for genuine connection, for authentic meaning in a vast echoing sea of superficial chatter and polite, yet ultimately empty, interactions. You've walked through life often feeling like an enigma, a complex puzzle even to yourself, perpetually out of sync, perhaps subtly labeled shy or reserved or aloof by those who operate on a different frequency, when in reality, your vibrant inner world simply operates on a distinct, far richer, and infinitely more intricate frequency than the bustling external sphere. What if I told you, with absolute conviction, that this profound, often solitary, yet deeply resonant, way of experiencing the world isn't a flaw to be corrected, isn't a weakness to be overcome, isn't a deficiency to be compensated for, but a powerful, ancient design, a deeply misunderstood psychological blueprint that Carl Jung, the legendary Swiss psychiatrist and pioneering explorer of the human psyche, not only meticulously recognized but passionately championed as a unique strength? What if the very qualities that make you feel perpetually out of step with the hurried majority, the very traits that set you apart, are, in fact, the undeniable keys to an extraordinary depth of insight, to a boundless wellspring of creativity, to an unparalleled capacity for profound, authentic connection, and to an innate wisdom that most people can only fleetingly glimpse or desperately dream of? This isn't just about understanding a personality type. It's about unlocking a forgotten power within you. Before we unveil the astonishing, liberating truths behind the intuitive introvert, before we shatter the pervasive myths that have clouded this unique path, and before we illuminate the extraordinary, often untapped, power residing intrinsically within this specific and vital personality type, I have a powerful, potentially life-altering invitation for you. If this profound exploration of the mind's hidden, labyrinthine depths, of the subtle, intricate nuances of human personality, and of the unique, often overlooked, strengths you inherently possess, sparks an undeniable fire within you, igniting an insatiable hunger for deeper self-understanding, for true self-acceptance, and for profound personal empowerment that transcends fleeting trends, then I urge you to journey further, to take the decisive, courageous step beyond mere intellectual curiosity. Click the link right now, with purpose, in the pinned comment below this video. There, and only there, you'll uncover an unparalleled treasure trove of exclusive resources, meticulously crafted exercises designed for tangible application, and even deeper dives into these intricate, often elusive, psychological concepts. These aren't just abstract ideas to ponder. These are practical, transformative tools specifically designed to help you not only comprehend these complex principles of introversion, intuition, and radical self-acceptance, but to actively integrate them into the very fabric of your daily life, transforming how you interact with yourself and the world. Imagine having the tangible resources, the actionable strategies, to navigate your unique energy needs with newfound clarity and unapologetic assertion, to harness your innate intuitive abilities with unshakable confidence, and to truly align with your authentic self, shedding the masks of expectation and stepping into a life where your true nature, your quiet power, is recognized as your greatest, most formidable strength. These resources are your personal compass, your meticulously designed roadmap, guiding you to unlock a transformation that transcends mere intellectual understanding and impacts the very core of your being. From the authenticity of your relationships to the fulfillment of your professional path, from your internal peace to your profound external impact. This is your moment to move from passive observation, from merely existing, to active participation in your own profound self-realization and destiny. For far too long, the societal narrative surrounding introversion has been woefully warped, brutally distorted, and unfairly marginalized by a world that often, almost exclusively, rewards and elevates extroverted traits. The loud, the overtly assertive, the constantly visible, the perpetually performing. We've been fed a steady diet of pervasive misconceptions, leading countless intuitive introverts to feel fundamentally misunderstood, perpetually out of place, as if there's something inherently, irrevocably wrong with their quiet, contemplative nature, as if their very essence is a deviation from the norm. You've likely heard the common, simplistic stereotypes repeated ad nauseum. Introverts are inherently shy. They mysteriously lack social skills. They're afraid of people. They prefer solitude because they are somehow fundamentally antisocial or These facile, one-dimensional labels barely scratch the surface, failing spectacularly to capture the intricate, vast, and profoundly nuanced inner landscape that defines this unique and vital personality. Carl Jung, however, a profound, almost mystical observer of human behavior and an audacious deep diver into the mysterious realms of the unconscious, offered a radically different, far more empathetic and profoundly resonant perspective. For Jung, introversion isn't a pathology or a deficiency. It's not about shyness or debilitating social anxiety. It's about the primary fundamental direction of one's psychic energy, the life force of the soul. He postulated with remarkable clarity that an introvert's vital energy flows primarily inward, toward their rich, complex internal world of thoughts, of deep feelings, of profound reflections, and intricate self-dialogue. In stark contrast, an extrovert's energy flows primarily outward, toward the external world of people, of bustling activities, of tangible objects, and sensory experiences. This fundamental difference in the direction of energy flow is not, crucially, a value judgment. It's simply a precise description of how individuals are wired, how they are designed to process information, and how they naturally engage with the intricate dance of existence. For the intuitive introvert, this powerful, magnetic, inward flow of energy is deeply, inextricably intertwined with their dominant perceptive function, intuition. Intuition, in Jungian terms, isn't just a vague gut feeling or a random hunch. It's a profound, often unconscious, yet remarkably accurate way of perceiving possibilities, of discerning hidden patterns, of grasping underlying meanings, and of foreseeing potential implications that are not immediately evident to the concrete senses or to linear logic. It's a perception of the deeper currents that flow beneath the surface, the subtle, often unseen, underlying narratives of life, the myriad potential futures that unfurl, rather than just the stark, concrete facts of the present moment. When you combine this powerful inward flow of energy with a dominant intuitive function, you get a personality type uniquely equipped for profound, groundbreaking insight, for imaginative, often revolutionary, thinking, and for a deep, almost innate, understanding of complex, often abstract, theoretical concepts. This powerful combination means that the intuitive introvert is often less interested in superficial, mundane interactions and more drawn to meaningful, soul-stirring conversations. They are less stimulated and often drained by external chaos and noise, and more profoundly energized by the intricate, quiet architecture of their own thoughts, insights, and internal revelations. They don't avoid people because they dislike them or are inherently misanthropic. They seek depth and authenticity because their vital energy is best nourished, profoundly recharged, and genuinely sustained by meaningful, profound engagement. By exploring the invisible possibilities and the hidden truths rather than just the visible, undeniable realities. Their inner world is a universe in itself, constantly expanding and inviting exploration. Jung's first key to truly understanding the intuitive introvert, to peeling back the layers of societal misconception, lies in grasping their primary, often unconscious, mode of perception, intuition as dominant over sensation. For the vast majority of people, for whom the sensation function is primary, reality is predominantly defined by what can be directly seen, heard, touched, tasted, and smelled, the concrete facts, the tangible data, the empirical evidence of the immediate physical world. This is the realm of the sensation function, grounded in what is real, present, and measurable. For the intuitive introvert, however, their dominant intuitive function filters reality through an entirely different, ethereal lens. They don't just perceive, they intuit. They perceive possibilities that are not yet manifested. They discern hidden meanings. They grasp future implications. They connect seemingly unrelated abstract concepts, and they understand underlying patterns that are not immediately evident to the five senses or to linear logic. It's an unconscious, often incredibly rapid, grasping of the essence of things, a profound seeing around corners or reading between the lines of existence, perceiving the unseen potential. This doesn't mean they ignore or dismiss concrete reality. It means their primary focus, their energetic investment, is on what could be or what lies beneath the surface of visible phenomena. This unique perceptive style can, and often does, lead to profound, groundbreaking insights and truly revolutionary ideas, pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and creativity. However, it can also simultaneously make them seem detached, impractical, or even out of touch to those who are more firmly grounded in concrete reality and present-day facts. An intuitive introvert might walk into a bustling room and immediately sense the underlying tension, the unspoken conflicts, or the hidden dynamics, even if everyone is outwardly smiling and engaging in polite conversation. They perceive the energetic field, not just the performance. They might foresee the long-term, subtle consequences of a seemingly benign decision long before others even consider them. Conversely, they may struggle intensely with mundane, repetitive details, finding them tedious, draining, and ultimately distracting from the larger, more profound patterns they are intrinsically trying to discern and connect. This powerful internal focus on possibilities, on the abstract, and on the future means their attention is often naturally drawn away from the immediate, sensory-rich world, leading to moments where they might seem spacey, dreamy, absent-minded, or unaware of their immediate physical surroundings. This isn't negligence or a lack of presence. It's simply where their vital psychic energy is naturally, compellingly directed toward the rich, ever-unfolding, intricate landscape of abstract connections, future potentials, and symbolic meanings. Their internal life is so vividly textured, so intricately complex, so endlessly stimulating, that the external world can sometimes feel comparatively dull, overwhelming, or even mundane. They are more profoundly attuned to symbols, to metaphors, to archetypal imagery, and to the symbolic language of dreams and myth than to conventional spreadsheets, rigid schedules, or superficial data points. This inherent disposition makes them natural visionaries, profound artists, deep philosophers, and true innovators, constantly seeking deeper meaning, questioning established norms, and pushing the boundaries of what is known, often intuitively, knowing the next paradigm shift. However, this profound difference also contributes significantly to their profound misunderstanding in a world that often demands concrete explanations and immediate, visible results. Their insights often arrive fully formed, like a sudden flash of lightning, without a clear, logical, step-by-step explanation of how they arrived at them, which can profoundly frustrate those who require empirical evidence, linear reasoning, and a clear, traceable path to understanding. They are not merely thinkers. They are seers of the unseen, the second crucial aspect of the intuitive introvert, and perhaps the most significant contributor to their often profound misunderstanding, is their unique and demanding energy dynamic, the profound, non-negotiable need for sustained internal processing and prolonged, restorative periods of solitude. Unlike their extroverted counterparts, who are characteristically energized, stimulated, and recharged by external interaction, by social activity, and by engaging with the outside world, introverts, by their very nature, recharge their vital energy through quietude, through introspective reflection, and through periods of sustained solitude. For the intuitive introvert, this fundamental need for withdrawal and internal processing is amplified to an almost existential degree. Their dominant intuitive function is highly demanding, requiring immense psychic energy to perceive, to process, to integrate, and to synthesize complex, often abstract, and frequently symbolic information directly from their unconscious mind. This deep, intricate internal work is not something that can be rushed, superficially addressed, or performed effectively amidst constant external stimulation, noise, or social demands. Imagine a powerful, highly specialized deep sea submersible. It needs to descend into immense, silent depths, requiring specialized, delicate equipment and an environment free from the turbulent distractions of the surface to perform its vital, groundbreaking exploration of unseen worlds. The intuitive introvert's mind is akin to this submersible. They require prolonged periods of uninterrupted quiet time, of peaceful introspection, to dive deep into their inner oceans, to connect with their unconscious insights, to process their observations without external interference, and to synthesize new, profound understandings that often transcend conventional thought. Social interaction, even genuinely enjoyable ones, can be incredibly draining for them, not because they dislike people, but because it requires a constant, conscious outward projection of energy, vigilant engagement with subtle external cues, and often the suppression of their natural intuitive flow in favor of more conventional, linear, and often superficial communication. Jung's third, profound insight into the intuitive introvert addresses the inherent challenge of externalizing their incredibly rich, often nonlinear inner world, because their primary perceptions are largely intuitive, symbolic, and deeply internal, operating on a wavelength that often bypasses conventional logic. Intuitive introverts can struggle immensely to articulate their profound insights, their complex ideas, and their visionary understandings in a way that is readily understood by others, particularly by those who operate primarily with sensation, concrete facts, or logical linear thinking. Their insights might arrive as sudden, brilliant flashes of understanding, as a complex, interconnected web of patterns and possibilities, or as a deep, wordless knowing that feels intrinsically true but resists easy verbal translation. Translating this rich, non-linear, often abstract inner experience into linear, verbal, and socially acceptable communication can be a painstaking, exhausting, and often deeply frustrating process for them. They might frequently feel like they are speaking a foreign language, or that others simply don't get it, leading to a pervasive sense of being perpetually misunderstood. Even when their insights are revolutionary and profoundly valuable, they often spend significant, protracted time refining, clarifying, and integrating their thoughts internally before they even consider sharing them externally. This meticulous internal preparation can make them seem slow to respond in group settings, hesitant to offer opinions spontaneously, or reluctant to jump into conversations. This is not due to a lack of thought, a deficit of ideas, or social anxiety. It is rather a profound commitment to accuracy, to depth, and to expressing their complex inner landscape as precisely and authentically as possible, without sacrificing nuance. They might become easily frustrated, even visibly drained, with superficial conversations, with small talk, or with shallow discussions, because they crave, with an almost spiritual hunger, the opportunity to explore ideas, concepts, and relationships at the same depth and complexity at which they experience them internally. When forced into rapid-fire social banter or trivial discussions, they might noticeably retreat, become quiet, or even physically withdraw, finding it incredibly difficult to engage authentically or to find any meaning in the exchange. If this profound exploration has resonated deeply within your being, if it has illuminated your own path with newfound clarity, or if it has helped you understand, with greater compassion, someone significant in your life, then please, I genuinely invite you, with an open heart and an open mind, to tell me in the comments below, what is one pervasive misconception about introverts or intuitive people that you've personally experienced, deeply felt, or keenly observed in the world around you? And how has understanding Carl Jung's profound perspective on these personality dynamics genuinely changed your view, your self-perception, or your approach to relationships? Share your stories, your personal insights, your moments of profound recognition, your aha experiences, for in the sharing of these unique, vulnerable experiences, we collectively deepen our understanding of this incredible, universal phenomenon, weaving a tapestry of shared insight that strengthens us all. Your experiences are not just individual occurrences. They are invaluable pieces of a larger, collective puzzle, enriching this conversation beyond measure and helping us all to see the intricate, powerful threads that connect us in our shared human journey. Let's continue this incredible journey of discovery together, building a vibrant community of conscious connection and profound understanding. One liberating insight, one transformative concept at a time. Your presence is truly valued,